Hi there, my name is Aaron from Holcroft Nissan in Stoke-on-Trent, and today we're bringing you this 5008 that's come through our handpick scheme. And what we're going to do is have a quick look around the exterior, see what it looks like, and then go inside and have a look at some of the technology and the comforts and the practicality of this vehicle. So, handpicked, that's essentially where we take the best part exchanges throughout the entire Holcroft group and bring them to you. Rather than letting this go to Peugeot, we pass on those savings to you because it's not going to the franchise retailer. Now, we don't hold on to them for long. We hold on to around about 30 days at maximum because 9 times out of 10 they're already gone by then. But from the front, this is finished in the pearl white, so it's a very, very pretty looking car. It's got the new Peugeot design. I quite like these LED daytime running lights that run down there, obviously going in with that sort of lion theme with the fangs there. But from the front, it's a very pretty looking car. Now this is a 7-seater, so it's quite a long car, and it is a GT line, so it's very high spec, and it is absolutely beautiful. I must admit, I'm very well taken by it. I quite like the two-tone roof. It does set it off quite nicely. It's got the diamond cut wheels, which are all in very good condition, but we do a little thing extra. We try and go that extra mile with these cars. We want to make them as good as possible. And this is a 71 plate, so it's one owner from new, and we will make sure that this comes out exactly as you would expect as if you were buying it. So let's go take a look inside and have a look at some of the technology. Stepping in, we've got aluminium scuff plates on the door sills to keep them nice and protected. But when you get in here, you notice it's a very, very comfortable plush car. The first thing when you get in, it's a quite nice air of space. We've got a glass panoramic sunroof, which is just up there. And it is obviously keyless, so there's a little button on the door, you just put your hand behind and open. So let's just go through some of the features on here. Inside here, we've got a nice bit of storage. It goes quite deep actually, it goes right in. Then we've got a couple of cup holders which also have illuminated lighting in for the mood lighting. It is keyless, so we can hit the start button here, foot on the brake, and with it being an auto, it'll just fire up. Now we can see that just has got on the screen here all the notifications that come through, and it's just about to go into our workshop, but this has only done 9,737 miles. It's really quite a low mileage car. With it being the auto, with Peugeot, it's kind of like a trigger, you have to push that down, but that brings on the reversing camera with the steering guide, as you can see, and then into D for drive and P for park. But we can change the drive modes, and that comes up on this display down in front of our drive, right directly in front of the steering wheel. Now, one thing with Peugeots I do find is that the steering wheels are small. It kind of gives it that go-kart feel, but let me tell you now, this car is nothing like a go-kart. It is quite a big piece of kit. All the hazard lights and infotainment system we can control using these buttons. So we've got phone, we've also got the fan speed. So if we click that, it changes on the touch screen, and we can change the temperature here. Satellite navigation, vehicle controls, so we can look at like the automatic headlight dipping, stop start, parking sensors, turn them on and off, because this has got both front and rear parking sensors. For an audio entertainment system, we've got digital radio, Bluetooth. You know, it's a very, very nice place to be. We've got automatic lights, automatic wipers, and in terms of safety, we have got steering assist and lane keep as well, so it kind of lets us know if the car is going to divert out of the lane and gives a warning. It has got the intelligent blind spot monitoring system and the upgraded sound system, but the whole car itself feels very comfortable. It's going to make a very nice family car. It'll just get that sunroof open with the blind. It just gives it so much space. It's a very, very nice. The screen is nice and big, and the digital display again is very, very nice. So let's go and have a look at the rear seats and see how the car checks out that way. Now these rear doors are quite possibly the biggest doors I have ever seen on the rear of a vehicle. So they are quite a big place. So if you're parking up, you're going to need plenty of room. It is quite nice, some touches for the family though. You've got the blinds here for young children in the rear, and then we've got the speakers in the door. But it's when you get in that this car comes into its own. So all of these seats operate separately. So as you can see here, we can pull these back with it being a 7-seater, and these slide forward and then backwards again. And then one thing I did quite like is when you pull this tab here, this seat, you can just pull forward and lie down. So it's kind of like a ski hatch almost, but it can come down on its own. Really nice touch. Getting in, we've got ISOFIX on all 3 of these seats. So if you've got a child seat, or you've got 3 children and you want a child seat in each seat, that's quite a rare thing to find. You're going to get that in here. We can control the temperature of the rear of the vehicle just here, which is also a nice touch, and some USB points. Nice trays for children, for carrying things as well. Overall inside, very spacious. I really like it. A lot of headroom, and it's very, very, very comfortable. And I must admit, it's kind of blown me away. It's a very, very nice piece of kit, this. As we come round to the rear, it's a very pretty design. It kind of reminds me of the old Mustang from back in the day. And you know, you've got the twin exhaust pipes down there, the aluminium scuff plate, and you do have an automated tailgate. So it's quite nice. You can use it on the key, you can use it there as I've just done, and then you also get a button to open and close and lock. Now, this threw me at first when we first started to have a look at this car. There's these two panels here, because it's a 7-seat, obviously, it's got quite a lot of space. So what you can do, I quite like this actually, you can drop that down on either side, and that allows you to protect that back bumper, and then you just pull on these red tabs here, and these literally just pull the seats forward. So move the parcel shelf out of the way. And there we go. And it's a very, very big open space. Now these will lie all the way back to create that low level boot space so that you've not got anything falling into those seats. And what a fantastic design. It's huge, almost like we could throw a party in here, have a little bit of a rave. But in terms for the rear passengers, there's a cup holder. It's a very, very well thought out car, this. And even with that parcel shelf, we can pull that across to give us that little bit of added security, even though we have got the tinted windows in the rear. But overall, it's just a nice little features on these cars that you don't think about. Like, there's even a tiny, tiny bit in there as well for storage. You can just hold your warning triangle. So very, very well thought out, I must admit.